Okay, so it seems like we have another update from the VShojo situation, and this time it's coming from Nazuna. Now, if you don't know, Nazuna used to be a VTuber who was a part of VShojo until they left at the end of 2023, I'm pretty sure it was. And yeah, essentially, this was a leaving that happened a lot before a lot of this kind of drama happened. Obviously the Giga and the Zentreya kind of exits were a couple of months / weeks before a lot of the kind of, all the stuff got exposed about VShojo, whereas Nazuna was a little bit longer, and again, she'd been away for quite a while. But it seems like she's actually talked a little bit about this situation over on her stream, and I think it's important to note as well that Nazuna barely streams over on this account anymore. They did keep the IP, they kept everything to do with it, and obviously, as you can see, they haven't streamed in about 7 months here, but they went live yesterday, and I think a little bit of today as well, to kind of talk about the situation. I don't really know if they're going to start to go live anymore on there, but they have been working more on their other account, which is this Miko Neko one, apparently. Apparently, this is what they've gone to. Again, this is what I've seen off of Reddit. Again, I'm pretty sure this is their new account, and they've been focusing more on this as, it seems to be doing much better, and it's a, bigger account. I mean, it's got a million subscribers over on YouTube. Like, why wouldn't you? But yeah, she went on live to talk about the situation over on her Nazuna account. And obviously, yeah, a lot of people saying a rare sight Nazuna spotted over on the VShojo subreddit. Now, obviously, we can go over here on the VShojo subreddit as well, where someone has actually broken down a little bit of the kind of talk she had with her fans and with her viewers over on the stream to tell us a little bit more about the VShojo situation and her side of it on her return stream. And obviously, this person says, please bear in mind my Japanese is not perfect, so I may make some minor mistakes, but this is what I understood from her, only including the parts relevant to VShojo here. There's a lot of chatter in between each of these points. They say, mentions that there's been a lot of things recently with the VShojo situation, and she didn't receive the merch money. But at the end of the day, she had good memories, and the JP staff has been treating the members well as far as she knows. So yeah, she also has been missing money. This is also another person who is missing money from merch and also missing money from VShojo in general. And obviously the debt kind of builds up more for them. And it's obviously terrible to hear that there is another person that needs to be repaid. Now, will they get repaid? Probably not. But obviously, Nazuna's been away for quite a while now, so maybe they have kind of just come to terms with the fact that they're not getting that money back. But it is still absolutely scummy that VShojo have done that in the first place. But again, it's good to hear that, the JP staff were actually treating them well. As far as we know, a lot of the money kind of stuff was handled by the main, company. If you don't know, the JP branch of VShojo was kind of handled a little bit separately by a separate VShojo CEO. Obviously, Kason talked to them on stream. And, there's some separate staff over there that handled the JP side of things with all of the JP kind of talent. And then we had like the main branch with all the EN talent. And I think a lot of the EN kind of, main kind of group handled a lot of the money and the handlings of merch and stuff like that for the JP side. So again, obviously trying to back up the point there, the JP staff weren't actually too bad. Obviously, they're saying she's been thinking about the other former members. Will they run into each other again? Will they still have fun together again? Learns from chat that many of the former members do in fact still stream together, which obviously, yeah, that's great. And I hope that, she does try to branch out and maybe try to do some content with them, because obviously all of them are now indies, so they are free to collaborate with whoever they want without any NDAs blocking or some company in your ear trying to tell you that some person's a bad person. Because obviously we know the VShojo have been very manipulative whenever it comes to obviously telling other talent that this talent thinks badly of you, or this talent doesn't like you, or they're greedy or something, trying to obviously jeopardize friendships in the kind of for the benefit of their company, essentially. Say she feels that the JP staff and members have treated her well, maybe because she was still in the peaceful era, so the whole situation was a lot of worry. So again, obviously, I think Nazuna had only seen the kind of, I guess, small little kind of, I guess, hints at what was going to happen in a couple years time, because as I said, she was there around about 2023. I was actually, watching VShojo still whenever Nazuna joined, which obviously, I mean, it was a good addition. She's a great VTuber, and obviously, she obviously left before any of it got bad, but obviously she didn't. I don't think the reason she left was because it was going to get bad. I think she just left because of a separation thing. But again, obviously the money was the first kind of, I guess, spoiler of what was going to happen with the entire situation as a whole. They're going to say agrees that it's a sad thing, but it's important to keep moving forwards. She saw the Vey post on Twitter and was shocked by it, and she had no idea about these things happening, which, yeah, obviously that sucks. And they say, she learns from chat that Mouse was thinking about making a Minecraft server for everyone, says that she would love to do that if she was invited, and then she goes silent for a bit, looking to the side, and starts wondering if Silverveil is doing well lately. She hasn't been checking her Twitch recently, so she hopes that Silver and Vey are doing good. She also learns that Matara Khan has sent her hearts under a tweet recently, even though they didn't really get to talk much in VShojo. They said, Matara-chan, thank you, I love you, Dio. I'd like to speak to you, Matara. It makes her very happy, and that about sums it up. She then talks a little bit longer and then proceeds to play Mario. So again, obviously not too much, but beside that, obviously there's a big point there being that VShojo also owe Nazuna money. They also withheld money from Nazuna, which I think is the biggest thing to take away from this. And also, I think it's also important to kind of get a look at the timeline of what's really been going on, because obviously Nazuna says that nothing seemed too obvious. Obviously the money issues were still there and underlying in terms of not receiving the merch money. But, with the whole kind of spreading rumors about people, it seems like there wasn't much of that, and the JP side was pretty innocent in terms of that. But, obviously it gives us a good time frame, because it means that after 2024, as 2024 started and after Nazuna left, that's when things got even worse to the point that we are seeing things now, So again, it's something that's happened more recently, but has kind of been reverberating in the background for a pretty long time now. And they say it's a damn shame that Kason and Nazuna didn't realize that they were just a leverage for Gunrun's petty obsession. I'm glad at least Matara has made an attempt to bridge the generations. My respect for Mata grows ever more. She was truly a bridge builder for those who tried to keep everyone together. The Gunrun is an asshole and terrible criminal businessman, but bringing in established talents with big and extremely loyal fan bases is not an obsession. It's just smart and basically the whole idea of VShojo, which is true, but also at the same time we do know about his obsession with Hololive and trying to beat them in terms of everything. So again, that's what a lot of people are trying to bring up there. Obviously people saying hope that Nazuna can collab with Kason again, at least so she can connect with the ex-VShojo girls again, like Fruit and others. I said, and apparently she wants to stream more regularly as Nazuna again, which obviously is a source from her Twitter, apparently, which obviously is great news, because she said she had kind of so much fun streaming on Twitch. I'll be streaming again soon. I'll be streaming regularly from now on, which obviously is great. It means that Nazuna is now back on this kind of form. Now, again, I think it must be very hard for her to kind of run both of these. I mean, she does pretty consistent streams. Actually, to be fair, she only streams a couple times a month on this account. But again, she does have a pretty big following over here. So again, that's a pretty big step, obviously, to kind of move over to this account. I mean, she does have quite a lot of followers, but I mean, yeah, maybe she's just going to try to, balance both of them. So again, obviously, yeah, people saying that's good because it feels like she wants to connect with the ex-VShojo girls again, like the good old times, which, yes, I think is definitely one of the big reasons as to why Nazuna has now decided to go back to this account and start streaming. I think a lot of the reason why she went to this other account, which she's been streaming on, is because of, a lot of the negative connotations and things that has, obviously it must suck, obviously there's a really, a big upside of being able to keep your IP and being able to carry on. But sometimes whenever things don't go so well, or you don't really want to be reminded of it, sometimes it can kind of suck to keep that IP because, obviously you start to remember all of the good times and bad times or whatever under that. So that's why a lot of people do sometimes actually just completely rebrand. But I think it is still good to have that option of keeping your IP if you want to. But obviously in this case, it's one of these cases where, like, obviously she probably wasn't too attached to it and she wanted to, just like kind of leave it. But it seems like now she's coming back, especially with a lot of the ex-VShojo members now obviously collaborating a little bit more. Hopefully she does go and collaborate with them and try to just interact with them a little bit more, because again, it seems like they're all coming together as a kind of big community. I might make some more videos in the future covering some of the kind of reunions that have been going on, because they've been really great to see. As you know, VShojo have been controlling a lot of the talent and how they interact with each other. And so many of these VTubers haven't talked with each other in a long time due to the fact of them being told these things about other people which just weren't true. So we're seeing people like Vey and Nianas reaching out to other people who haven't talked in a while. For example, like Nianas and like ironmouse, they used to be so close back in VShojo, and then they kind of drifted apart whenever, she left. But again, obviously we know a big reason as to why that is now, and hopefully a lot of these kind of creators can, you know, kind of collaborate together a little bit more now. Now, obviously, as they said in the Reddit too, you know, it looks like ironmouse is looking to start up like a Minecraft server with all of these people. So hopefully that can also help them to build a little bit more of a bond and kind of rebuild up that friendship that they once had. And obviously, yeah, keep the kind of group together, because although VShojo isn't around anymore, it would be nice to see all of these members still collaborating and being friendly with each other, because again, it's always been a really nice group to have, regardless of what is going on in the background. So hopefully they can just kind of continue streaming and, you know, streaming with each other, because, yeah, it's just nice. And it's just one of those things that just kind of improves the space overall and can kind of improve the situation that has been happening, because it means that they can still be friends and that this situation has not affected them, you know, to the point where, you know, they have to go on their own as an indie and like kind of not collaborate with anyone, which honestly I could see being very sad. You know, I think it's a much better way for them to go ahead and, you know, try to collaborate with each other than for you to go indie and then kind of be like really lonely for like the next couple of months, because obviously, you know, you've left and now you're indie and now you don't really want to interact with anybody. You know, obviously it can suck. So hopefully, you know, this kind of gives them a little bit more of a push to interact with each other and to kind of, you know, just kind of get things going again, get the ball rolling, which hopefully will be great. And it's great to see that Nazuna is going to be streaming on her account as well, and going to be back on that account. So yeah, that's essentially all there is from Nazuna's side of the story. Again, very interesting, kind of gives us a little bit of the timeline, gives us obviously an idea of how much, you know, they owe her as well. So again, obviously VShojo and even more debt, and obviously probably not going to get paid, you know, due to the fact of them going bankrupt, or they will go bankrupt soon. So again, obviously that is a big issue. But yeah, that's pretty much all the update. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. It'll be down in the link in the description down below, so you can get whatever you want. And yeah, you get 10% off by using my code Kaza. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry, I don't know why I repeated that twice, but I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.